I'm going to mix up some vine juice. And I have an empty bucket. I have elastomeric roofing compound. Elastomeric roof coating. Looks like this, 25 bucks a gallon. Need 1 gallon of this. I'm going to use about half of this, basically. Yeah, that's good. And this is latex carpet adhesive. I'm going to use about half of this. Latex carpet pad adhesive, 1 gallon. Looks like this. I can't imagine why I would want this in my vine mix, right? Okay. For color, I want to put some black paint in here. So far we're at empty 5-gallon bucket, half a gallon of elastomeric roofing compound, half a gallon of carpet adhesive. And that's our mix right now. I'm going to add in about a half a gallon of black paint, latex house paint. It's about right. More splash for funsies. Okay, that's pretty thick. I'm going to thin it a little bit with like 1/8 of a gallon of water. Yeah, so I'm thinning it. I'm just putting 32 ounces of water in there to thin that out. Okay, that looks about right. It should be a little thicker than latex paint would be on its own. Now let's go to the fun stuff. Your vines are going to take some time to dry. So have a place set up. I have these 2 PVC pipes set up, and I'm going to drape the vines in between those so that they have time to dry, you know, and become vines. That'll be nice. And now my vine helper is here. Hi, Kim. Yeah, grab some gloves. But so the other part of this process is that I have here, and it doesn't matter how you set this up. You don't have to clamp things like it doesn't have to be this complicated. I have aluminum foil, heavy duty aluminum foil. Like if you can splurge and get the restaurant stuff, get the good stuff. It's just, this will save you from having to have a wire core, but still having a flexible, posable vine. And some kind of paper towel that has a continuous roll. I don't want them perforated, you know, all the way down. There's one perforation on this right there. I don't want them perforated all the way down because you want the strength of it being continuous. If you look here, I have my vine juice set up right there. And I think we're going to do like 8-foot lengths of vine. That's normally plenty. But you can go, because they're both continuous rolls, you can go as much as you want, as long as you want. All right. So this, I do this. I don't want to twist it, because twisting it will weaken it. Turn on there. I don't want to twist it, I just want to bunch it up. How long is that? That is probably, I think this is like 6 foot. We probably have about 7 feet. We'll just do one at 7. That's perfectly fine.
The end of it is about 6 feet.
Yeah. All right, so this is about a 7-foot vine. And I can taper the end as much as I want. So I'm not too worried about that. You want to squeeze this down and get this into a good, but now you've got a vine that kind of holds its shape, but you can flex it around stuff. Like that is what you want. And this is just the core. The outer shell and the look come from the paper towel, and the strength will come from the mix that we did, which is all Home Depot crap. So here's where it gets fun. Your job.
Yes, sir.
As I thoroughly moisten the paper towel, it's going to come to you on this end, and you're going to put them together. You're going to wrap the paper towel around it and squeeze it down.
Okay.
It's going to make a puddle right here, and that's okay.
Okay.
Is that your favorite shirt?
No, this is my work dirty shirt.
Great. I'm just going to run this through. I'll let you get a little bit to get started. I'll actually start probably. And it's not going to be all the way, you know. I'm going to go down past it a little bit. And I'll hand this off to you in just a second. But see, this wraps around. And now I've got like, now this I can twist. Because that's going to be glued together by the latex that we've got on there. See how that's going to make a nice vine when that dries? Kim is adjusting her wardrobe accordingly. All right, so hold that for me.
Okay.
And then I'm going to get a good bunch here. And I've got some areas that are not covered, you know, but that's okay. Because by the time I finish squeezing and moving this around, it's going to go into it. But what's great about this is you then have a vine that has a little bit of body to it, and you can put it on set the way that you want. And it has this great gnarly viney texture. Viney texture is important when you're making vines. I might try this a little bit differently. Let me try to lube up my tin foil, and now I'll just rip this off here, and now I'll do the outside. Let's see how this works. That might be good. As long as it's all saturated, it's all covered, and you feel good about your saturation. All right, now would you hang this between those two poles? And we just let that dry, and we're going to make a bunch more of these. Okay. Now I'm going to do, because just for the purpose of showing you different things, I'm just going to run some paper towel through, no center. These are going to be thinner vines, and they won't be nearly as strong. And what I was saying was that as long as we get this nice and tight, they're just so natural looking. And just like fiberglass, the layers of paper towel and goop really added some strength. Okay, so this is the vines that we did. We spent about 45 minutes doing vines. And you can see they're all here. I mean, the longest ones we did are about 12 feet. We did some that are 6 feet. There's this monster here, which is closer to 15 feet. It all depends on where and how you're using them. But these guys are going to dry. And the last thing to do is to dry brush them, depending upon where we put them. So these guys are going to get just a brown dry brush. But if I wanted to be roots, I would do a I would leave it black actually. So there you go. If you're going to look a close up at the texture. That is your vine texture. And we got plenty of them done, certainly enough for that set. And probably got one more day of doing vines. And then I'll have enough for the other set I'm using them. There we go. Okay. Okay. So this vine is not 100% dry, but I'm running out of time to film this video and get it out on time. So I'm going to go ahead and paint this while it still has some moisture in it. But you can see it's mostly dry. It's dry enough. Dry enough to paint. That's where it fell on the floor. Got a little dusty. Adds to the charm. No big deal. But isn't that nice? What a nice vine that is. And it'll stiffen up a little bit as it dries, but not terribly so. Now, if you want like a jungle fresh setting, dry brush it green. You want older vines, dry brush them brown. Most of mine are going to be brown, but I'm going to do a green-brown one for you guys for the power of imagination. Okay. These are almost dead anyway. Yeah, like a nice greenish brown. That'll be good. And just a dry brush. It's going to take dry brush really well because of all this texture. So I don't want my brush too wet. All right, so this is a vine that we have made. It's a shadow. Looks like it's not painted there. Look at that. It's woody, textured. It has enough inner strength to wrap around something and be good decor. So this here, Alan, what is this little string? So this is twine, all right? This is twine that I got. Let me show you the twine. And that's 4 layers of twine that we twisted together to make a smaller vine to go with that one. And I'll dry brush it too. But it's the exact same, just twine, just like that. We did a couple of those as real thin vines. Really, I want it to have visual impact, and I haven't done all these yet, obviously, but here you go. This is vines. Inexpensive when you think about how much scenic work you're getting out of them. Inexpensive for their longevity, and easy to make. And I think I'm going to put all these up, and then I will dry brush them on set as part of my set decor. Thank you guys for watching. Go make stuff.
Real heroes of Stilled Beast, our Patreon supporters. Here's to you, Mr. Honk Clowns Forever. Honk honk. Vaping so much you rival the fog machine. Why do I smell strawberries? Making the haunt world marvel at even brightly colored, you still all look the same. So hard to fill these clown shoes. Thank you, Stilt Beast Patreon supporters. We really, really thank you.